Welcome to the Deep Dive. We unpack compelling stories, pull out the key insights for you.
That's right.
Today, we're looking at the novel The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. It's all about this fictional Hollywood legend, Evelyn Hugo. You might know the image, the siren, the icon, the woman with, yes, 7 husbands.
It's quite the hook.
But there's this really deep, complex human story underneath all that glitz, right?
Yeah.
A story the author unpacks through this narrative.
Exactly. We've been digging into the excerpts from this fictional memoir within the book, supposedly written by a journalist, Monique Grant. And these aren't just, plot twists for shock value. They show a life lived under this incredible spotlight.
Yeah.
Full of ambition, sure, but also huge personal costs and sacrifices.
So our job today is to kind of pull out the core truths here. Help you understand not just the what of Evelyn's story, but the why. Yeah. Why it all matters, both for her character and for Monique, the journalist, telling it.
And how it holds up a mirror to some real-world stuff, too.
Definitely. Okay, so let's start with Monique Grant. She works for Vivant magazine.
Right.
And when the story opens, she's kind of struggling, feeling a bit down after a breakup, writing what she calls puff pieces.
Yeah, feeling undervalued, stuck.
Then, completely out of the blue, Evelyn Hugo, who hasn't given a real interview in decades, specifically asks for her.
Wow. Talk about a plot twist for Monique.
Right. It's quite the setup for an aspiring journalist.
It really is. It's that classic underdog thing, isn't it?
Totally.
Her editor, Frankie, she's just baffled. Thinks maybe Evelyn wants someone with less clout so she can control things more easily.
Makes sense from an editor's perspective, I guess.
But Monique, despite being nervous, she sees this as the chance. Her shot to, climb the ladder as high as I possibly can, make her name huge.
And the book hints she's got more depth, right? It mentions some past work.
Yeah, exactly. Like this piece she did on physician-assisted suicide, a really meaningful story. It shows she's not just about celebrity fluff. Plus, there's this detail about her late father's advice. Find work that makes your heart feel big. So this opportunity with Evelyn, it hits different for her. It feels important.
So Monique goes to Evelyn's apartment, super luxurious Manhattan. She thinks she's there to talk about an auction, Evelyn's gowns.
Yeah, gowns being auctioned for cancer research. We learn later it's deeply personal because her fictional daughter, Connor, died from breast cancer.
Ah, okay, so that's the setup.
But Evelyn just cuts right through it, tells her, I've called you here under false pretenses.
Boom. Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
Right. This is where it really takes off. Evelyn doesn't want an article about dresses.
Yeah.
She wants Monique to write her entire life story, a tell-all.
What?
And crucially, not for Vivant magazine, for Monique personally.
Okay, that changes everything. The stakes shot way up.
Totally. And the book really shows Evelyn's power, her directness. She's just so commanding.
Even when Monique asks if she's dying.
Yeah, that line, everyone's dying, sweetheart. Just so Evelyn.
Sillen, almost.
And Monique, she's stunned at first, obviously. But she recovers fast. She uses this exclusive to negotiate, gets herself a promotion to editor-at-large, a raise. Smart move.
Yeah, definitely playing the game.
But it sets up this really interesting dynamic. Monique's intimidated, but she also has this, chilling feeling that Evelyn picked her for a specific reason, something more.
Something hidden.
Exactly, something beyond just writing the book.
Okay, so to really get Evelyn Hugo, the character, we need to go way back, before Hollywood.
Right, back to the beginning. The novel tells us she was born Evelyn Elena Herrera, 1938, Hell's Kitchen, New York.
Daughter of Cuban immigrants.
Yeah, and a childhood marked by real poverty, like stealing electricity, eating old rice and dry beans, really paints a picture of hardship.
That's gotta shape you.
Profoundly. Her mother, who was a chorus girl, died when Evelyn was just 11. She dreamed of Hollywood as an escape.
And Evelyn inherited that dream.
Adopted it, yeah. And what's striking is how honest Evelyn is in the telling about these really tough early experiences.
Like what?
Well, like trading sex for candy when she was only 14. Seeing that as her value, her power. It's brutal.
Wow.
This idea that being wanted meant having to satisfy, that becomes this core lesson for her, even though it's incredibly painful.
So escaping that life was everything.
Pretty much. Moving to Hollywood at 16, lying about her age to this guy, Ernie Diaz. Trading her virginity for the ride west. It wasn't just chasing fame, it was fleeing. Fleeing poverty, fleeing a father she was scared of. The book mentions fearing he might hit you or decides he loves you a little too much.
Heavy stuff. So the Evelyn Hugo the world knows, she was built. manufactured almost.
Meticulously crafted, yeah. And the novel really shows how the studio system back then just took over.
How so?
They basically erased Evelyn Herrera, her accent gone, her looks changed, bleached blonde hair, different eyebrows. They even made up this whole fake backstory for her.
Like a nice, wholesome story.
Totally. Mother died in an accident, father's a builder, she had a dog named Roger, a Saint Bernard, just complete fabrication.
But she had some say. You mentioned the initials.
Right, that's a key detail. She asked Harry Cameron, her friend and producer, for initials EH to keep something of Evelyn Herrera. And he suggested Hugo. Sounded French, apparently.
So it wasn't just a makeover. It was like erasure.
Complete erasure and recreation, yeah. It really highlights the control, the pressure of that old Hollywood system. A fictional look, but it feels very real to the kinds of things actual stars went through.
Okay, let's talk husbands. The famous 7.
The main event, right.
Starts with Ernie Diaz, the guy who got her to Hollywood.
Husband number 1. Basically her ticket out, then things get way more complicated and strategic.
But beneath all those public marriages, the novel reveals this hidden love story, right?
Yeah.
That's the real core.
Absolutely. That's the heart of it. Her second marriage to Don Adler.
Big star, right?
Huge star. It starts looking like this passionate Hollywood romance, but the story shows it turning abusive. He hits her. She covers it up.
Wow. And the book suggests that kind of silence was common then.
Very common, yeah. That code of silence in the industry. But it also shows Evelyn's resilience, her strength, even then.
And then comes Celia St. James.
Yes. On the set of Little Women. Initially rivals these two actresses.
But that changes.
Drastically. It turns into this incredibly deep connection, a bond where they genuinely want the best for each other, want to make each other better. Celia becomes the love of Evelyn's life.
And this is where Evelyn's sexuality becomes clear in the story.
Exactly. It's pivotal. The novel has Evelyn state very clearly. She's bisexual, she loves men, she loves women.
And that first kiss with Celia.
Big moment. Happens after someone cruelly calls Celia a lesbian. It's this huge moment of self-discovery for Evelyn.
But loving Celia openly wasn't an option back then.
Absolutely not. Not in that Hollywood. The societal pressure was immense. When a tabloid hints at their relationship, Evelyn panics.
Driven by ambition, fear.
Both. Fear of being ruined, committed, or buried by the studio. So she pulls this shocking move.
Which is?
A quickie Vegas wedding to Mick Riva, the rock star. Husband number 3.
It's like that. A distraction.
Totally calculated stunt. The book describes how she even manipulates him, pretends to be sexually modest, to get him to marry her fast.
Wow. Okay. But that leads to more complications.
Oh, yeah? An unplanned pregnancy.
And that pregnancy, it has major fallout, doesn't it?
Huge fallout. Celia's absolutely devastated, feels betrayed, calls Evelyn a whore who just uses people for fame. And she leaves her.
Heartbreaking.
And Evelyn, again, prioritizing her career, terrified of the scandal, she gets an abortion. In Tijuana, Harry Cameron helps her.
Another secret.
Another huge secret. The narrative says she never regretted it, but cried the whole way home, crying for everything she'd lost, the choices she'd made. It really underscores the cost of her life.
But Evelyn and Celia, their story isn't over yet.
Not by a long shot, no. Next up is husband number 4, Rex North.
Another actor.
Yep, and another calculated move. A union of convenience is how the book puts it. Boosts both their careers.
So not exactly a love match.
Far from it. They both have affairs. Rex has someone named Joy. Evelyn, well, she's still heartbroken over Celia.
And they divorce eventually.
Amicably, yeah. They use the classic excuses, stress of filming, affairs. It works for the public.
And this period makes Evelyn even more successful?
Financially, yes. She becomes the highest paid actress in Hollywood. But the story makes it clear she's miserable inside. Without Celia, it's empty.
Okay, then husband number 5, Harry Cameron. Her friend, the producer. This feels different.
It is different and really fascinating. Harry's been this constant presence, friend, mentor.
And the reveal about him.
Right. The novel reveals Harry is gay, which makes him, in Evelyn's words, one of us. Someone who understands the need for secrecy.
So their marriage is a cover.
A carefully built facade, yes. It allows Evelyn and Celia to actually live together, discreetly. And it allows Harry to be with his partner, John Braverman.
Wait, John Braverman, isn't he married to Celia in public?
Effectively, yes. So you have this quad. 2 publicly straight couples, Evelyn and Harry, Celia and John, who are actually covering for 2 queer relationships.
Wow. That's elaborate.
It shows the incredible lengths they had to go to, right? To protect themselves, their careers, their love lives. They even become known as America's favorite double daters.
And Harry? becomes a father figure.
A devoted father to Evelyn's daughter, Connor. It creates this really deep, genuine family bond between him and Evelyn beyond just the arrangement.
But then things take a tragic turn for this found family.
Yeah. The story hits them hard. First, John Braverman, Harry's partner, dies suddenly. Heart attack. Harry is destroyed.
That affects Harry badly.
Deeply. He spirals into alcoholism, and then later, Harry himself dies in a car crash.
Oh, no.
It's devastating for Evelyn. The book describes her holding him as he dies, telling him everything, all her secrets, how much she loved him, just raw grief.
And that crash, it becomes significant later for Monique.
Extremely significant. It holds a massive secret.
Okay, but before we get to that, there's husband number 6, Max Sherard.
Right. The French director. She'd worked with him earlier.
Another strategic move. Ambition.
Seems like it. The novel suggests Max was less in love with Evelyn the person and more with the idea of her. The bombshell image he helped create in an early film, Bout en train.
What does that mean, bout en train?
Oh, it's French. Basically means like the life of the party, someone lively, engaging. It fits the persona he loved.
Got it. So he wanted that image back.
Yeah, and he wanted to push boundaries. They make this film, 3 a.m., with Don Adler again, actually. Max wants this graphic portrayal of female desire. Evelyn agrees.
But
Celia can't handle it. The thought of Evelyn, even acting, appearing to sleep with another man, especially maybe Dawn, given their past. It's the last straw. She leaves Evelyn again.
Just gut-wrenching for Evelyn.
Completely devastating.
Okay, so fast forward. Evelyn's older. Near the end of her life. There's one more husband, right? And Celia comes back.
Yes. After years apart, they reconnect. Celia wins her 3rd Oscar, big moment. But then Celia reveals she's sick. COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And she tells Evelyn she probably won't live much past 60.
That must change everything for Evelyn.
It does. It finally pushes Evelyn to commit completely, unequivocally to their love. No more hiding, at least privately.
And Celia has a plan for the final husband.
Incredible foresight from Celia, yeah. She arranges for Evelyn to marry her older brother, Robert Jameson, husband number 7.
Just like that. Why?
Purely strategic. Robert's a financier. The marriage is designed to protect Celia's legacy, make sure Evelyn inherits her estate without exposing their relationship to the world after Celia's gone.
So Robert was in on it.
Yes. The book describes him as a bit of a rake, but he agrees purely out of love for his sister, and he actually becomes this kind, grounding figure for Evelyn and Connor, especially after Harry's death.
Helping her cope.
Easing the pain, yeah. Because soon after, Celia dies. Emphysema, she's 61. Evelyn is just shattered. That phrase again, the devastating luxury of panic.
Such a powerful line. Okay, so this whole story isn't just Evelyn's. The novel makes it deeply personal for Monique, too.
Absolutely. While she's hearing all this, Monique's having her own realizations about her own failed marriage to David, figuring out it's different from real heartbreak. It's a parallel journey.
But then comes the biggest reveal. The connection between Evelyn and Monique's own past.
This is the massive twist, the reason Evelyn chose her.
Why did she choose her?
Well, partly, Evelyn read that article Monique wrote, the Right to Die piece. She saw Monique's talent, her empathy, her ability to handle complex, emotional stuff. She felt Monique could understand her, all her complexities.
But there's more.
Oh, yeah. Then Evelyn drops the bomb, a letter from Monique's father, James, who died years ago.
A letter he wrote.
Addressed to Harry Cameron. And it reveals James was in love with Harry.
Whoa. Okay.
And the story Monique always believed about her father's death, drunk driving it, wasn't true.
What really happened?
Harry was driving the car that crashed. He died instantly. And Evelyn moved James's body into the driver's seat.
No. She staged the scene.
To protect Harry's reputation. To protect their whole hidden life.
That's unbelievable. Just an incredible act. How does Monique even process that? Learning her father wasn't who she thought? And his death?
It completely floors her, yeah. Her father, the man she blamed, he was essentially another casualty of Evelyn's secrets.
But Evelyn doesn't present it as, like, a guilty confession.
No, that's the thing. She frames it as this act of profound love for Harry. She kept the letter all those years so Monique would eventually know her father loved you purely, Harry. That he chose friendship, loyalty over romantic love for himself.
Wow. It just forces you to grapple with that moral ambiguity, doesn't it?
Totally. That idea that no one is all good or all bad. That love and sacrifice are messy, complicated things.
So in the end, what does Evelyn want her legacy to be? What's the point of telling Monique all this now?
Well, she's dying. late-stage breast cancer. She wants the truth out there, finally, on her terms.
Including her sexuality?
Definitely. Clarifying her bisexuality, making it clear that using sex for her career was about power, survival, not her identity.
And she wants to be seen as more than just a movie star.
Yeah, as an advocate, the novel mentions she donated millions to charities, battered women, LGBTQ plus causes, and the gown auction for cancer research ties into that.
She wants to make a difference.
Her words are something like, leave this world a little bit safer and a little bit easier for those who come after me.
And even at the end, she maintains that star quality.
Oh, yeah. She does one last photo shoot for Vivant in her signature emerald green, still the bombshell. The book reinforces that idea. A star is always and forever a star.
What a life. Evelyn Hugo's story, as told in this novel, it really is this incredible study in choices, secrets, love, and what fame really costs.
Yeah, it reminds you there's always so much more beneath the surface of any public image.
Absolutely.
And what's so interesting is how Evelyn tries to control the narrative right to the end. But in doing so, she lets out this much deeper, messier truth, maybe even than she intended.
Through Monique?
Through Monique. And it forces Monique to rethink everything: love, integrity, family.
So it leaves you, the listener, thinking too.
Yeah, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? How much are we shaped by the secrets we keep, the sacrifices we make?
And what happens when those secrets finally come out? How does it change not just a legacy like Evelyn's, but our whole understanding of something as fundamental as love?